Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Too Many Miles. My name is Wesley Lowe, and I'm the host of Too Many Miles. Too Many Miles is a program that is designed to bring you information about urban America that you never see. It's shot straight from people's sometimes living rooms, sometimes their offices, their schools, in the park, at the beach, wherever we can get a real grassroots, a real interview from. None of this is faked. None of this is, there are no Hollywood scripts here. This is real people who generally are doing things in your community that you never know what they're doing. Some of these buildings that you see that look like they're abandoned or closed, they're having school inside the buildings because the school system failed to give them adequate space for proper learning situations. So they've taken it upon themselves, which you all must do at times, to create a learning environment for themselves to advance themselves in life and not continue to ask for or wait for someone to do something else for them. That's what Too Many Miles is about. We have come too many miles forward to go backward, and that's where the name comes from. Too Many Miles. That's the number 2, many, M-A-N-Y-M-I-L-E-Z, all one word. There are no breaks because there are no breaks in between us. We're just all straightforward, and we bring it to you straight. The topic of this first show is post-traumatic stress syndrome. Now, this program was shot, the segment of this program was shot at Golden Tiger Kung Fu Academy, which is located in Henderson, North Carolina, and is run by Master Shahid, which many of you may know him as Master Bobby Scott. He can be found on YouTube. He can be found on the internet for Kung Fu sides. But he is the Shifu, and he's like a father to many of those who are disciples of his school. His first brother Tariq, he is the honored guest of the program, and he chose to share his information about post-traumatic stress syndrome, being as he is a 24-year-old ex-military man who has been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress syndrome. So sit back, relax, pay attention to what he's saying, because in what he's telling you, you will hear that it affects not just the military people, but it affects children, it affects senior citizens 65 and older. It can be affecting you. So this is why we're bringing you this topic, as we will many topics that many programs either stay away from or they just don't take the time to bring in information about, the true information from real people, not from a Hollywood perspective or from a movie perspective or a script. This is an actual individual who just we actually got done training, and he actually shot the episode. So I give him big ups on that. But during this program, you also hear a spoken word poem, which that's the first performer on this first show. Each show will have a performer. There's also a financial segment. So just sit back and enjoy the program and really pay attention to what's being told to you. We'll cover topics from teen pregnancy and abstinence to the way that senior citizens are treated on their housing and finances. So pay attention to our program. It's very informative and something necessary. All right? So sit back, relax, enjoy the program, and keep tuning in. I thank you once again, and here we go. Tariq, can you explain to us what post-traumatic stress syndrome is?
Post-traumatic stress syndrome. It's serious. It's a serious deal. A lot of people from the military come out with it, and actually you can get it by not even being in the military. You know, incidents that happen over here in America that something tragic happens. Something can happen to a family member. Something can happen to a friend. You know, something that you've seen. You know what I mean, can cause the same thing. Like I said, I was in the military. You know what I mean. Like I said, people in the military, they go through the same situation, post-traumatic stress syndrome. You know, sometimes you don't feel comfortable around a lot of people, you don't like people behind you, you know. Those type of things are signs of post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Can you tell us what effects post-traumatic stress syndrome has on children?
Post-traumatic stress syndrome, that, you know, anxiety, that can be a problem with people when they're trying to learn in class and then they're around other people that can't concentrate because they might feel there's too many people in the class, or it might just be too much noise around them at one time. You know, those are symptoms. Those that affect schoolwork, learning, the kids. So parents, if you're noticing those things, that kids' grades are falling because of something your kid might have seen that you don't know about, or a bad dream that they've had. Bad dreams are a big deal with stress disorder and anxiety. If your kid tells you they're having bad dreams and they're seeing monsters or people are dying in their dreams, you need to talk to them about it and ask them about it and take them to see a doctor, because those can cause stress disorders as well and can interfere with learning in school and interacting with other kids their age. So parents as well, be aware that bad dreams, even though they're kids, bad dreams are normal, yeah, but it still can affect the brain and affect how they function and how they're starting to come up in life. It is anxiety and it's stress on their brain. So make sure y'all be aware of that as well.
Is life different in the countries that you served in than in the United States of America?
Same thing over there happens over here, people die every day. So it's basically no difference. If you've been in those situations, you've seen things, you've seen traumatic incidents, car wrecks, people falling and hurting themselves and there's blood everywhere. You know, those are types of things that can affect people's lives and affect their everyday lives and how they go around that, go with things, and it kind of makes them afraid of life itself. You know, they live, but they're afraid of what might happen every day that they wake up, afraid that something might happen to them. Those are anxiety disorders and those are post-traumatic stress syndrome. So those are the things to be taken care of by parents and by people, older adolescents that you are over someone or it's happening to you yourself. Those things should be looked at, taken care of, and so you can live your life free. Because somebody just walking down the street might be like a normal person, but you think they're free, but if they're not free of their mind, then they're not free in this world. So you want to free your mind so you can live free in this world and become whatever you want to be in life, and live a healthy, fully life, and be the best you can be.
How has Kung Fu helped you with your post-traumatic stress syndrome?
It helps me, especially with my chi. You know, even when I'm in here sometimes, you know, my anxiety kicks in and my heart rate might go up and I might get to shaking or whatever. Short of breath, that's when I have to use my chi to calm myself down and bring myself back to normal. You know, sometimes when it's hard for me to sleep, I can't sleep at night. I can lay down and use my meditation and start from my toes and go all the way up. And by the time I get to my head, I don't remember where I stopped at, and I wake up in the morning with a good night's rest. So Kung Fu helps a lot, and it's helping better my life and helping me control my situations. It is making me more free in life, and I can live life better. And I'm glad I chose Kung Fu, the Golden Tiger, my master Shahidi, to teach me and learn me, so I can become a better person as well, and as well as Kung Fu as well. Everybody's different. No man is the same. One man's mind might be stronger than another man's mind. One man might like doing what he's doing, another man might not like what he's doing, but he's in that situation, he has to do what he has to do to get back to his family and live on with his life. Like I said, because you like apples, don't mean I like apples. You know what I mean? Everybody's not the same. A lot of people deal with it, some people don't. God made everybody different. So just because one man says something is not true, doesn't mean it's not true. Things are true. For one thing I want to say, my World War I vets, a lot of them came out with that same situation, but nobody knew about post-traumatic stress syndrome then. And they seen a lot of things happening, a lot of them doing things that they would normally do if they wouldn't have been in that situation because of the situation that it was in, post-traumatic stress syndrome. That's why it's here now, because it's been picked up on and research has been done and saying why they're acting the way they're acting. That's why you see it now, that's what they're calling it, post-traumatic stress syndrome. And like I said, one man can't say that something's not true. When you start to see symptoms and you start to see verbatim things happening over and over and over and over again, that's when it start to hit in other people's minds that maybe we need to check up on and see why a lot of people is doing some of the similar same things or going through some of the same things, and they're not just what one man says. One man doesn't see over the world. That's what I have to say about that.
I really want to thank you for giving us this interview, and I know the people out there are going to thank you for it. And, you know, I'll see you again, but they'll see you again on our program. And I thank you, the viewer, for tuning in, and I hope you learned a lot from what Brother Tariq told us today. Very important issue and very important. Now he's giving you, if you didn't know, he's giving you some warning signs to look for in yourself and your children. All right? Thank you for tuning in to Too Many Miles. God bless, and we'll see you again. Peace. Man, I love that track. I'd just like to thank you again, guys up there in Mad Bass Studios, working with that multimedia stuff up there. But yeah, that track is, I can't get it out of my head. It's all in my spirit, man, you know what I mean? But as promised, here comes that spoken word piece entitled, What is a Woman Worth? From Mad Minister Cameron X. You can find him on YouTube at MINISTA. Put a little space in it, X. Mad Minister Cameron X. Here we go.
What is a woman worth? A woman is worth a lot. More than $1 million or any jewel in any box. Worth not to hurt or curse to feel like dirt, but worth to hug tight like the tightest of any shirt. What is a woman worth? Women are grandmothers, mommies and daughters, sisters to brothers and the first to set orders. Women our loved ones are lovers to great men that turn into a bond that with love can't end. What is a woman worth? Women are not worth to be raped or to be killed or exposed without permission or replace fake with their real, but to love and to protect and if hurt to heal and to always, I say always and forever towards a woman keep it real. What is a woman worth? Now we know they're worth more than $1 million, only jewel in any box. So what's a woman worth if she's not worth a lot? What is a woman worth? What is a woman worth? What is a woman worth? Priceless.
Ladies and gentlemen, there goes that track again. Yeah. We've now reached the financial segment of our program. And that comes to you from Hinton Tax Associates, located on Garnett Street in Henderson, North Carolina, where Mr. Hinton is the chief accountant. And he's going to share with you today, he's going to help you balance your checkbook. Because I know many of us have an issue with that. So I'll let him take that away, and he's going to handle that situation. But he's going to bring you, every week he's going to bring you a new topic. So you have to pay attention to it, because it's really going to help us all. It's something that we lack a little bit. You don't have to turn on Mad Mike on CNBC. You can just watch us, and we're going to give you from easy to understand, from the ground up, and we're going to help you build yourselves up and maintain yourself, because maintenance is more important than building. If you build something and can't maintain it, you're in real trouble. So he's going to help you maintain your finances. And check him out. All right? But go ahead, Mr. Hinton, take it away.
name is Reggie Hinton, Hinton Accounting and Tax Service. I'm a CPA, licensed both in North Carolina and Virginia. Been practicing probably for the last 7 to 10 years. Anyway, we'd like to speak to you for a few minutes about balancing your checkbook. First thing that I'd like to say to you is that you have a good idea with, if you don't like to keep a running list of your checks, you may want to make sure that you got a checking account or checkbook that has a carbon with it. I said that way you don't have to worry about listing your checks. The next thing is that you have to have a decent balance, a good balance for it to start from. One way to make sure that you got a good decent balance is, if you can, to take a few days off writing any checks, let everything flow through, and basically go to the bank and basically get a run of your last checks that came through. Maybe you know, because it's going to give you, you know, pretty much should be what your balance should be. You know, it usually only takes about 2 or 3 days for everything to run through, and that's not including your stuff like your automatic debits and that sort of thing, and automatic credits. The next thing is that you need you need a copy of your last bank statement. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at that bank statement, and you're going to look at your checks, and you're going to go through your checkbook, and you're going to go through that check statement, and you're going to check off all of that stuff that you see that's on your bank statement with what's on your against your checkbook. You know, those carbons in there. Then what you're going to do is look at whatever checks that you have left over. Okay. Then you're going to write down on a piece of paper whatever that balance is on your last bank statement, and you're going to subtract all of those checks that's outstanding, that you don't see on that bank statement. The next thing is you're going to do is you're going to go through that check, because hopefully you have a listing or an idea of what deposits that you made recently that you don't see there. Because what you're going to do, you're going to look at those deposits, and you're going to try to get an idea of what deposit is. Basically, it's fine to figure out, is there any deposits that you've made in recently that is not included on that bank statement. And then what you're going to do, you're going to add those deposits back in. And you also have some other items. If you got some bounced items, some things that went back in and came back out, and some of those items, you know, does some little strange things when you bounce a check, because your bounced check sometimes looks like a deposit because it'll come back into the account. But barring you don't have any kind of thing like that, like I said, once you add back in your deposits that's not shown on your bank statement, and once you subtract out all of those outstanding checks, that should give you the balance of that particular day. But that's pretty much the way you want to balance your bank statement.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to Too Many Miles, and I just want to thank all our guests. I want to thank everyone who has contributed to the program. I want to thank you for tuning in once again. I want to give a big congratulations to President Barack Obama and his family for the second term in office, and we have to help him by helping ourselves. So we're gonna get this thing done, and we're gonna, you know, turn that ship. Remember, too many miles. We've come too many miles forward to go backward. We just won't accept going back. All right? If you don't want to go forward, then you have to get off of our train, because our train always goes forward. We're never going backward. Next week's program will be on urban violence and how can we change it? Can it ever change? All right? So that's just one of those controversial topics, and one of those topics that just makes you stop and think for a second. I guess would be from an education standpoint, from a woman who built the school all by herself, basically. And she's not like Oprah rich. She's not broke, but she's not Oprah rich. But she built it all by herself. Also from a martial arts perspective, about the discipline that keeps you from just random violence with the confidence in yourself. And I believe we have a law enforcement official on here. If not, but I know that the other two guests will definitely be on the program. So once again, I would like to thank you for tuning in to Too Many Miles. Just remember, we've come too many miles forward to go back. All right, and I'll see y'all next week, and thank you for tuning in. Peace.